All right. Eric Holmes with Cinematics, and I'm here with Terry Wing, star of Sight. I guess the first thing I want to bring up is you and Ben are playing the same character. So what's kind of and you guys don't share scenes, but you're playing the same person. What's kind of the process of developing that relationship and getting both characters on the same page?
Uh, yeah, I played the adult version of Dr. Ming Wang. Ben Wang played the younger version of Dr. Ming Wang. We didn't have any scenes together. Ben and I had a conversation during production, and it had more to do with the consistency of the accent. At the time when Dr. Wang was immigrating from China, he hadn't spoken a lot of English. So I thought Ben did a fantastic job evolving the accent to the place where I had it later on in the film. So unfortunately, we had very little interaction because we were in completely different eras. But a lot of the consistency was, I think, brought forth with Dr. Wang's presence on set every day and him making sure that everything was on point.
Yeah. And of course, the dog goes nuts. But Dr. Wing, what's this like having a movie made after you? You had a little post-credit thing at the end, kind of explaining it, but maybe go into a little more detail of like what your process with this was.
Yeah, it's I wrote a book about 10 years ago, recounting the story of a first generation Chinese American immigrant. And it's a humbling experience to have my story being told on big silver screen by world-class artists such as Terry Chen, Greg Kinnear, together with the producer David Fisher, Darren Moorman, and writer-director Andrew Hyatt. So it's a humbling experience, and it's an amazing opportunity to send a message to the world, not just about the story, but what the story actually says to everyone who watched the film, to overcome the adversities in your life.
Usually in movies, you have to like cut certain stuff out, edit. Is there anything about your life or from your book that didn't make it to you know, didn't make it to the movie that you wish could have found its way in there?
I think important part of the book has made it into a movie, and the writer-director Andrew Hart did an amazing job. And of course, in an hour and a half movie, you will not be able to have this whole book. There are many other elements were not included, but I think the most important essential elements has been included. The essence, the gist of the message of the book is captured.
And Terry, I mean, you've been in a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, Last of Us, which was awesome. But what goes into your process of deciding whether you want to be in a project or not?
Well, the script is the first and foremost what I work off of. When this project was brought to me by my agents, I had an initial phone call with Andrew Hyatt, our writer-director, and I took the great inspiration from that conversation just because of how open and collaborative Andrew is. So it becomes a bit tenuous when you start talking about a non-fictional character and someone of such esteem, like Dr. Wang here. So that gave me a little bit of pause, gave me a little bit of terror, but you have to get over those initial feelings, and there's work to be done. And it was an important message to be told, so we wanted to get it right.
So, Dr. Wing, were you sitting off camera going, Terry, you better get this right, or there's going to be hell to pay?
For me, more the learning experience. I never been on a set watching how the film is made. I'll say one thing. After the whole process, watching all of them, the entire long process, I develop a new appreciation for film. Every time I see a film now, I know that behind it, there are countless number of hours of dedicated effort by those artists. It's amazing. It's a labor of love.
Nice. Well, we have what's in the box segment, and we have movies in the box that we pull out and watch it for the following week. These are what's a movie you would like to put in the box? These are movies that are either personal to you or a movie that's like that one's really good and no one talks about it.
What's in the box? Is that like a Seven reference, a Fincher reference?
Yeah,
What's in the
pretty
box?
much.
What's in the box?
It's not Gwyneth Paltrow's head spoilers,
I love
but
it. I love it. I would put Sight in the box. You got to go see Sight, man. You know, this is the next film to watch Memorial Day long weekend. We've got a fantastic partnership with Angel Studios that's bringing us a wide release to over 2,000 theaters. So everybody should get a chance to get out there with their family and friends to go watch Sight.
all
Yeah,
right.
I agree that, in a very in a world that is often filled with dark corners, whether Russian-Ukraine war, the Israel-Palestine conflict, racial tension, poverty, education, environment disasters, in a world that's full of so much challenges, we need some hope. We need some bright spot. We need a film that brings out a message that will help all of us to overcome the challenges in our life, to help humankind to see the hope and future.
All right. Well, very well said. And Sight comes out in theaters May 24th. Everyone should go watch it. And Terry, Dr. Wang, thanks for joining me.
Thanks
Thank
for your
you.
time. Have a great day.
You too.